I was trying to add the description. I was trying to add the link in the description so that someone could join, but for some reason it has not been working. So whatever. What's up? Happy Aquarius super full moon. I'm jumping on because I want to see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on in the energies. I'm curious to know what's gonna come, what's gonna be displayed. So we're gonna pull from the here we go. Leo in the reverse. Okay, well, we know what Leo is. Leo is the opposite of Aquarius, and it's in the reverse. Leo is your expression. That was that the solar plexus. So I don't know. We finna see. I ain't finna judge it yet. Need about 2 more. Opposition, tension, and opposites. Okay. 1 more. I like when the aspect card comes out because then it lets me know how the energies are interacting. Hopefully another aspect don't come out, but we're gonna see. Hold on. I like it to come out genuinely. Okay, Pluto. That's transformation, death, and putting an end to something. That's the planet. That's a generational planet. It's a long cycle. So it's a ending of an expression, and it's the opposite. It's like supposing that because I guess the expression has been that way for so long, you don't even know how to change. And what is the expression that we're talking about? I'm quite sure we always got to pinpoint things back down to the self, so we can be talking about you. But like, I want to know, like, what's the character? I don't know. I want to know more about that though. Let me see. What should I pull? I'm gonna pull the we're gonna pull out the empathic, then we're gonna pull out of the archetype guide book. The empathic oracle, that's what they just. Man, I'm mad my last line got deleted. I don't know if I deleted it by mistake or what the fuck happened. But I want to say that live. But oh well. Anyway, so at that last little hand, what it was, Pluto, Leo in the reverse and opposite. So your expression is opposite of the transformation. Not yours, but the expression. And that could be a good or a bad thing. Because maybe you don't want to transform the way things are transforming and you are flipping your expression on purpose. Oh, shit. But it's messy, though. You don't even know what you're doing. Or people don't know what you're doing. But that's why Pluto is the space of, is this planet of that's the energy of transformation. Sometimes you don't know how things gonna look, how they're gonna look. You might have had, well, I'm glad I looked at the deck because it was upside down. Anyway, I'm just talking. We ain't doing that. We're not doing it. Okay. This is similar to what came out last time. Water, number 8 card, the infinite loop, the emotional realm. This is the empathic oracle. So that's the emotional perspective. Where the Aquarius full moon, Aquarius is the water bearer. So having some emotional intelligence and not allowing things to shift your emotions. Not outside things. Don't allow those outside influences to make you feel any way or the other. You feel how you said you were gonna fucking feel because you know that you've been. If you have confirmation to know that you're doing what you need to be doing within yourself, so you don't let things shift you. But we're gonna read it at the book in a minute. Hold on. Let's get a couple of more. Leo already is like opposite of Aquarius, so it coming in the reverse is no surprise. Because Leo thought it was going to be all about Leo, but it's not really about Leo like that right now. because Leo is going to be used to shine a light for Aquarius so that things can be understood a little bit better. And so it ain't necessarily about that Leo. That's why I came out in the reverse. But anyway, surrender. 46. Oh yeah, what number was that? Oh, that was 8. Surrender. That's what that is. The white flag of surrender. Surrendering to things needing to transform and having to be faced. 4 is the structure, the what you thought it was going to be, and having to find balance in that, and that has to change, because in order to find balance, or in order to rearrange something and you know, put things in order like you would prefer during another shift, you will have to rearrange, and things sometimes can get messy before they get better. So and it's MoonDae. Okay, then we got the predator. Remember we talked about the prey and the predator, and we know. So 2 is the number of like joining, like relationships, being aware of something else. Well, yeah, it's like a reflection. It's like a mirror. Then the 8, that throws you into like an infinite loop. So you can be in the loop of being in hell, or you can be the predator and know that you're in the loop and get yourself up out of it based on you having emotional intelligence. Because if you know how to maneuver in the water, that means you can hunt on dry land and you can hunt in the water. So it won't be nothing that'll startle you too tough to get you off your rocker. Anyway, surrender. What the surrender? Okay, so let me read them. Root chakra at the bottom of the deck. That's survival. What could be being said at the moment? Okay. I done read 8 a lot of times because 8 always come out, but I'm gonna read it again. The water. Water is fluid. Water flows. Water is not hard to see. Water is sometimes hard to see. Well, whatever. It is when the water is not allowed to be found or to flow that a cincture in its energetic power begins to develop. What the hell does cincture mean? This is the same for the empath. Water is emotions filling up crevices and wearing down rocks. When emotions are not acknowledged, felt, and processed, they quickly gain a power that can be overwhelming to the empath. You can lose, you can drown. So at this point, yeah, you're having to face hold on, let me change. Had to put my eyes up about 30 minutes, real life. Y'all don't like black? What's wrong with black? Let's talk about it. But I don't want to talk about it with dumbasses. But if you really got a problem, damn, I wish I had to put the description in the link. I tried to though. What's up, JD baby? But why we always got unintelligent bots that's texting randomly in the chat for no reason? That's what I want to know. So anyway, back to the water. That's you having emotional intelligence and being able to be the water bearer. As Aquarius, the full moon being there, you're supposed to be able to display that energy. As I just, this is a perfect example, even though them folks gone. But water is emotions filling up crevices. I read that part. They create a different experience than originally intended. You never know what the intention is going to end up being. Quickly becoming overwhelming at times. But that's the reason why you got to be the predator. Because if you're the predator, that ain't shit. The fuck are you talking about? And in order to realize that what you're doing is you're being the prey by default based on your traits and your behavior, you have to surrender to that and realize, oh, I need to go ahead and look at myself. Don't nobody have to, because a lot of times when somebody have to tell you that, it's harder for you to receive it. But now you can see for yourself whether somebody told you or not. You don't need nobody to tell you, because nobody can understand it better than you. And it's time for you to surrender to what you already should understand, that you can only be the one that can change. And that comes to how you receive shit. Receiving being the feminine energy, the emotions, how you're going to receive it and how you're going to react to it. That's going to depend. That's one portion of how you be the prey. I mean, the predator. That's one way of how you be the one that's just on the hunt, just chilling, So let me see. Did I read surrender? No, let me read surrender real quick. When you want what you want, your stubbornness can cause you to invest yourself in situations that never come into fruition. So yeah, you can think that's that, because being fixated on anything, even if it's something that you absolutely think that you need for survival, you can't put your mind and your feelings towards it too heavily, and especially if the energy ain't right when you're doing it, because that's going to create a blockage in itself. So let me keep reading. The busyness of your mind, because when you let your mind run rapid, Aquarius moon, that sometimes the emotions and the thoughts get mixed in between, and nobody knows what it is that we're really feeling between what we're thinking sometimes, because now you've married certain thoughts and feelings inside of yourself that shouldn't have been married. But you got to slow down, because your busyness of your mind, life is continuing to create itself as you're busying the mind, and the mind is what creates the reality. What up, Free? They just there to distract the convo. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the busyness of the mind. And let me keep reading. When the stubbornness turns to obsession, that fixation, that fixatedness begins to change into something that wasn't intended, that's when you become the prey. And that's that's how it works. You can spend an entire lifetime obsessing about something that would never come to be. Obsessing about your savior coming back, and you dying and not seeing that, and not realizing you're reincarnated as another individual, but it's still the same desires. You're obsessing over that, and then you don't realize you're in hell, and by the time you realize it, you may have dug a ditch too deep. That's probably why you're realizing it, because you're however that reincarnation cycle goes, to a spirit that just has went too far gone, and at some point it has to turn back into nothing. Because if I eat food and I shit it out, then it go down the sewer, then it gets evaporated in the ground. At some point, that energy is dissolved back into the earth, and it goes back to the nothing. So at that point, you will know. But better luck next lifetime type shit. Let me read out the what this is, the archetype guide. Drink some water. Yeah, they deleted my last live. Put these up there. Now, what came out earlier, I don't know why these shadow, well, I guess, I don't know. All the shadow energy be wanting to come out, but I guess, hey, just with the, I ain't gonna say it's all shadow is a negative thing, but I be wanting to talk about, well, I could pull a different deck, though, to get a different type of message. I know what I'm doing. Because I could pull out that clarifying life situation deck, but I don't really want to talk about left brain things too much right now. Let's see. Okay. I like this deck because, as I always say, it gets close. It gets to the white meat. It bites down to the core. It's easier to get to the to see what the actual message is supposed to be. Two of them came out. The one, the father. The one, the father. The father is like the one, though. How it came out? Because the father came out kind of sideways, and the one came out straight up. Ooh, who was I talking about that with? I think I was in the chat room talking. Oh yeah, that was on Davey and Saint Uno debate. That's what I was. And then I seemed like I seen this on. Anyway, we was talking about. This reminded me of that conversation about the one in that individual space real quick. And the father's the first thought. So it's like when you're at that oneness, if you can ever clear your space enough to find yourself at a new beginning space, then you can begin to have brand new thoughts and shit that can create a brand new different type of vibe and reality, and shit beginning to merge differently. And that's the part of that transformation. And that, so it's going to be something with your expression that's going to, well, of course, the sun is in Leo right now. And the way you think is going to be how you express yourself. So it's going to be some shit like that. But this shit is in opposition over here, though. Hold on, I need one more card. I'm just, I just jumped on because I want to jump on all weekend. And I want, anyway, get out of my business. Talk too much. Okay. The fault line. Why two of them had to come out? The fault line. And it's in the reverse. I know the fault line is like a breaking point. Hold on, look at. Hold on. Okay. Number 49. Page 161. So 4. That's the structure. 9 is something that's ending. So something in the thoughts, or something that you created from the thoughts. Some ideas, some ideals, some structures, some foundations is beginning to change and going into a final cycle, like things are finally breaking, a breaking point type shit. 161, that's the individual going into a balance and back into a new type of individualism type shit. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, anyway, 161. It'd be crazy how shit be making sense and you just got down reading numbers. The fuck? How does that still work? Anyway, imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. Yeah. Anyway. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. Yeah, so you don't know where you're gonna fall. Some like that person told me in that last live. He said you don't know if you're gonna fall into the pit of hell. They don't know if they're gonna fall into the pit of hell, and that's the vibe. Let me see. It's like walking on eggshells of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely that cracking open is overdue. Yeah, it's like being at the end of a cycle, but you just now realizing that the race has started. Like that bitch started 9 cycles ago, and you know what I'm saying? It's like running a race thinking that you're in the front, but really people are 2-3 laps ahead of you, and you just thought you were in front of them. Hold on. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures, but by people not paying attention or being aware of their environment for real, and not really peeping what's going on is actually causing effects. They're not realizing the cracks that they could have been maneuvering around or correcting and shit. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness. Well, this was in the reverse though, so let's just keep that in mind. This is in the reverse. So some people can be on that end, and some people can be the ones who have been paying attention and just watching people. But you know, hey, if you can see them, you kind of there too with them. But anyway, it's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending, okay, but so that's in its dark. In the light, that's like I said, it was in the reverse. It's redefining reality and breaking open. The fault line and the cracking opening being a good thing for you. That being something that you've been anticipating any motherfucking way. I'm glad that shit tore up. It's been time overdue. But some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people is in the second layer of that race, not knowing that they 2, 3, 4, 5 cycles behind. But we ain't talking about them. So it's possible that something a loved one said caused a crack in your relationship that has never been mended, revisited. Ooh, Mercury retrograde. The time to heal is now. It's possible that a loved one said caused what somebody said to you may have caused a crack in your relationship with yourself too. And it is because whether it's about another person that you may need to mend bonds with or whatever, but first, sometimes people don't even be alive no more, and sometimes you ain't got to look at people like they're people. Sometimes you can look at them like they are expressions of the lessons that you need to learn and the things you must go through. And when that's the case, I go within myself and ask myself, why is it that what that person said why was that even a thing that was a part of my reality first? Then I would ask myself, how come I internalized it like I did? Does it hold, where's the truth of what was said, and what even within that truth, what of the truth actually matters? That I'm creating an elimination process so that I can pinpoint how important whatever shit is and how unimportant things are, so that I can have justifiable, warranted reasons to be able to dissolve them away from my inner experience and my reality in the world that I'm creating. Because without it being justified fully, because you know your heart can't know not the truth. By it being justified fully, you can actually wash the blood up off your hands. But if it's not actually justified in your heart, and first of all, when it comes to another person, that's why I eliminate it down to yourself first. That's you still doing the elimination process, because you do got to start with yourself. But after you start with yourself, you go ahead on and pinpoint the role that those things play when it came to other people. But it makes it a lot easier when you first start with you, the one, the father, you, your first thought, your first ideas of how things and how it was processed with you first. And mend that shit down, and that'll help you be able to calibrate your relationships and your situations with people and whatever you got going on around you. It'll start making a little bit better sense. Anyway, why did I do too much? I almost lost the card. The Hunter. Damn, I'm tripping. Why would I lose that card when we've been talking about that the whole time? I guess because I get bored of talking about the same shit. But at the same time, I know that these are confirmations for other people too, to, you know what I'm saying? And it's confirmation for me. But I already know. So let me not value everything. You're supposed to take advantage of anything that's small, because what's small to me might have been a message and a deep change for the next, or just the sentiment of the fact that the hunter and the prey, and I can't remember all the other cards and all the shit, that's what we're supposed to be talking about right now. You're supposed to be and it came out in the upright too, by the way, because the fault line, the one that came up in the reverse. So the hunter, let me pull it up real quick. We already know what it's about. It's about you being that expression yourself. Because if you're already in the darkness, that means that it's already a whole lot of things going on that you already accumulated. So you need to dismiss some of these things. You need to move away. Once you start moving stuff around, you'll be able to see the light that's already there. Because it wasn't for you to create more cycles of the same shit. It was for you to start removing things so that you can see what is actually like, what you are actually working with. You don't know what colors you got because you done created so much distortion. Everything looks shit doo-doo brown, green doo-doo. And it's like, what I'm gonna do with that? You don't even know. All you gotta do is start paying attention to what you got, clean that shit up a little bit, sparkle it up. You love it for real. I'm talking about you and your shadow and the ugly things about you, even the fucked up things in the world that you have went through. Find the lesson and the lesson up out of that, and it can be used as a jewel in a gem somewhere down the line if you actually want it to be. But only you can figure out how to do that for yourself. Only you can meditate and merge with the rest of the space that you're in for yourself. I can't have that experience for you. And I can tell you all about my experience. My experience ain't yours though. So you got to do these things for yourself. The hunter. I'm supposed to be looking up the hunter. Number 9, complete cycle over with. 7, that's the you being in a brand new space for the first time. You done created a whole new space again out of nothing. Because you're and that, even that ending, because the 7 is more of a you in a space for the first time and you're not even aware of certain mechanisms. And now the cycle is over of that. But anyway, I don't even know what that means. But 79. The hunter hunts. Okay? The hunter hunts, bitch. What's up, Jessica? Thank you, girlie. The hunter hunts. They are on a precise mission. So that's the reason why I started off the hunter hunts. On God, because they already know what they're doing, and they doing it with precision and with the aim. You can even look at this. When you're removing something, when you pick up something up off the floor, you know what you picked up and you know the space that you have created. So that makes you be able to be the only one in your space that know what you're doing. So that makes you by default be the hunter. You're the predator. So where am I at? This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart, Leo season energy, or stomach. Tales of bravery, because whenever you're in not survival mode, because survival mode would be like more in that groin area when you would feel, but sometimes when you're like exploring, because I ain't gonna talk about Sagittarius, but it's like it gives me the Sagittarian vibe though with the horse and shit. But when you're like on that exploring mission and it's like, so I ain't gonna say exciting, but there's so much being fulfilled at the moment, and you're kind of like at a high point. You do feel a big welling up in the stomach, the solar plexus or whatever. Anyway, so where was I at? Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. Yeah, like I said. So let me stop double backing on myself like I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results oriented. Like the great hunting, I feel Sagittarian energy. Oh, of course, probably they got the Sagittarian, what you call this right there. So I guess we just talking about Sagittarian energy. That's why we had all them nines. It's page 79. Okay, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? See what I'm saying? You got to pinpoint these things down. You got to start making it fucking make sense in what you even doing. And we don't be want to look at it because it's like an overshadowing of, well, it's just life. It's like, that's how you just feel naturally. Oh, it's just life. No, it's the life that you're living, and it's because you created it, and you're supposed to be like transforming and transmuting it. But if you don't, I don't know. This hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? So what are you hunting? Are you hunting yourself? Are you actually shooting your own self in the foot? Why am I hunting it? So if you're hunting something, because when we are the prey, when we are the predator, and when we pray, we declare that this is what we are because we said it's what it is. And then we go about doing whatever it takes to fulfill that and make sure that that's on your end has the full circle. So if you're doing that, what are you hunting? What are you claiming to be? What are you declaring to be? Sometimes it could be inner thoughts in your mind, but I feel like it goes deeper than that, because earlier we was talking about the words that people have spoke to you. You could be resonating, you could still be connecting to the old portions of how other people's old projections, not even old versions of yourself, but old projections that ain't even, nobody even see you like that no more, but still having these things as core, these are core understandings of who you are to yourself. So it's like, so what I'm finna say about that? Oh, so the question is, what are those things? And so we don't be knowing that we be hunting all the time, but we don't be hunting for the right things necessarily, because we don't be knowing what we're doing. Let me not say we, people, because I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna declare that, even if it's in a space of not all possibilities where I'm not quite sure. You still know what you're doing because you said you did. Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? Do you really need to be worried about that? Do you need to be hunting that bullshit? Like, don't you want to eliminate some of the fogginess so that you can have some clear destination as best as you can in your situation? Anyway, dang, I wish I could have added somebody. I don't be having nothing to talk about, but I be wanting to talk for real. And I be wishing that I could add something. I could add the description. You know, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, I'm gonna pull this last deck right here. This was the clarifying life situation. This is more the 4D deck. I think of it as a more logical left brain. That's why sometimes I'll be like, fuck that deck. But all things are necessary if you're an alchemist, and if you're if you're existing, period, you are an alchemist, and you just don't. If you need to know what you're doing, so do those things as much as possible. So. Clarifying, divine timing. Because if you're an alchemist, things are going to fall as they need to anyway. That's divine timing. Trust the process. In the reverse, it was trust the process. Because you weren't sure what you were doing, but now that you created some space, you've moved things out the way. You cleaned up some stuff, or at least you looked at it. You know what's in that corner. Now you didn't move it, but at least you know what it is. Type shit that's going to help things fall into more of a divine timing that's fitting for you. Because things always will fall into divine timing, but it may feel like a hellish time. But we can transmute it to being something divine because it happened in the most beneficial way. It helped, it course corrected. The timing in itself did that, you know? Synchronicities and patterns and cycles. Oh shit, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna take, should I take this one on the ground? I'm not gonna take that one. Because it will seize every moment. We know that, we talked about that. But I ain't gonna take these. Gentle release. These are in the upright. Let yourself surrender had that surrender card, to the flow of life's mysterious currents. So that's taking away the fear factor. Remove the fear. And a lot of that stuff that you can't see is a lot of fear. Or the accumulation has created the symptom of fear. Hold on. It's hot. I hope y'all can hear me. Yeah, so hey, look at her underwater. Wouldn't you be afraid? At first it was on in the reverse is just go with it. But now the fear is what needs to be transmuted so that things can release. As this is like when you die. You don't want to die in no frightened, hellish type of mind frame or type of vibe. You would rather be glad it's, I ain't gonna say glad it's over, but you would rather be able to just release, knowing that things are supposed to transform and change and be released and change, and you're supposed to move spaces, you're supposed to continue to grow. The spirit always wants momentum, is always in search of something. River of release, more release of the water. Okay. And we know Aquarius don't mind releasing with that Aquarius full moon aspect we got going on. I ain't gonna say they don't mind releasing, but it's like, I don't know if they even know how their release system works for real, and they may be releasing things that were beneficial and holding on to things that were a detriment. And now that's the reason why that energy was in the reverse too, because it's like, now if you change, and it's something about the expression, if you just change your expression or your intentions, your inner intentions about your, like, how the approach of life is in the first place, you'll be able, it's like a pipe system that's, ooh, you're the water bearer. The Aquarius energy is supposed to be the water bearer. I guess that's what's going on as far as the inner workings. People are working on how to gauge their emotions correctly and shit. But everything is in the upright. So, hey, this looks like people doing a good job. Release and renew. That was in the reverse. So you already released and you renewed. It's like, I ain't gonna go that deep. I ain't gonna say that. I was finna give an example that may have been a little bit disgusting, but anyway, it's like being able to release something that you've been holding on to for no reason, and it finally being flushed out, and you not even realizing until after the flushing out of, oh my God, I feel so much fucking better. So now that is going to create a reason in you to not have to it would make sense to be in fear at that point. What up, Equilibria? No, I know you probably like with all that Scorpio 8th house energy. But you know what I'm talking about. It's like holding on to some shit and you not even knowing that's why you got bumps on your face. You didn't know you need the shit that bad. But let me not go into detail. But anyway, but this is not shit. This is because that's muddy. That's muddy waters. At least the water was clear, because we're talking about Aquarius energy. So the water is clear. Well, the water that is having to bear the thoughts, you got your thoughts in order. You're realizing how to carry. Hopefully people are realizing, because a lot of this energy was in the reverse too. Damn, dropped my tongue. Anyway, how long I been on? Okay, 30 minutes. Now people want to come in. Now y'all want to bring y'all ass in. I'm just playing. I guess I'll pull some more. All right, let's pull some more of these then. Okay, because for the most part, we was talking about, I was talking about the Aquarius full, well, I don't really want to talk about the Aquarius full moon, but that's the energies that's going on. And Leo came into the reverse, and it was like things not wanting to be, you not want, let me just pull cards. The stone, that again to me is like the philosopher's stone type shit. That's you being able to clear all of the debris and being able to shine up those things that you already had, didn't even know you had it. All you had to do was straighten it up, get things up out of the way so that it could be used like it need to be used. You don't even know that your TV is beginning to, now I ain't gonna speak literal, I don't want to throw nothing off on nobody, but you'll not even realize some of your tools are becoming dull because other people are using them, and they could be sitting in the corner just as shiny as they need to be for when you need them. But you creating that space and eliminating some of the issues, even if you are the issue, and then removing yourself up out of the space. It'll allow you to start being able to create everything that you would desire more of. But it's a process. Okay. That ninth house Sagittarian energy still want to come out, but maybe because they deleted my live. See, and then the same card, I think this card also came out. Anyway, the Sustainer. And at least it also came out in the upright. And these are circle cards. These cards are easy to come out in a different position. But both of these came out in the upright. I guess because we got some different energy that brushed in real quick. Because that previous energy, man, look. Y'all blowing me. So the Sustainer. The Sustainer is that core knowing. You being the one that got it under control type shit. What are we talking about? I don't be knowing what I be talking about half the time, y'all. I'm lying. I do know what the fuck I be talking about. Yeah, I just let it come out randomly though. Okay. And it's the same card. That's the reason why my conversation is over the place too. Because I have a pet peeve about talking about the same shit. And the same card came out again. But it's all good. That's part of the line that had got deleted too. And that's the infinite. That's like being connected to the infinity. And then you got all these different layerings of the same shit. The same cycles being repeated. Then we got the one in the middle. That card came out earlier. It looked just like that. And it's like you being losing. I ain't gonna say you, but people. I want a different message to come out for real. That's why I'm getting weary for real. Let me pull some more cards. Or shit. I wish hell, talk to me in the chat. I wish I had the description thing open because I want to talk about something else. And I'll be having a topic of discussion off the top of my head though. I like a back and forth type of shit. Man, I guess I'm a dip though. I guess I'm a dip, yo. Oh, I had a card that I ain't even. Let's see what this is. The Gnosis. Now this is significant because I was tired of pulling the same cards. This is a familiar card, but it still don't come out that much, and it looked like a breath of fresh air when I saw it. And the Gnosis. What is the Gnosis? I wish I could look it up on my phone, but I'm gonna look it up in the book real quick before I do. Gnosis. Okay, the Gnosis is a part of the initiation. 75. That's that brand new situation that you thought you that you're kind of in the, because again 7 always gives me Pisces energies, but it's like the delusion of the brand, whatever you've never experienced before, or just living life for real. Every day is that, really. We're always creating miracles to me just by me being here, communicating and being able to talk and shit. So it's like the create, because when after you get to the 7, after the 7 is the 8, which is the all possibility space. But anyway, so where was I at? And then it goes to the 5, which is the chaos. So hey, jumping into the chaos. Anyway, 217, that's the relationship or you being aware of something else and it becoming. Let me just read the shit. Hold on. 217. And it's one of the last, it's part of the ending of the book. And yeah, it's part of the last part of the cycle. Things that are supposed to almost be completed and understood. And the Gnosis says true knowledge. That was the first words that was read. So it's you having true knowledge within yourself already. You being aware of your internal workings. Because for some reason, even though it don't look chaotic, I still feel like a deep tunnel canal type of scenario. I don't know, you can see what I'm saying. But it's organized though. It's like it's supposed to be like that. So it was done like that intentionally. The knowledge is not found in facts and figures in scholarly books or on shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless, archetypal. Yeah, that's the reason why that 2, what it was, 7 and 5, that Pisces energy jumping into the chaos, but this is organized chaos though. That's what's up. I like this energy. I knew it felt like a breath of fresh fucking air. Anyway, then you still got the self in the middle. You seen the y'all. Well, I got excited because of the previous card that was all over the place. That kind of made me weary in the first place. The reason why I even put the deck up. Now the Gnosis got the same little pea of light in the middle of it, or the core of light in the middle of it, but this one gave me a breath of fresh air. So you can choose to be on either end of the spectrum. Whichever end of the spectrum you choose, that's on you. But it would be best to find some equilibrium so that you can see all things around you and create order and have a whole lot more warranted space. And being able to, because you don't need it's not that you need a lot of space. A lot of having space around you is a comfortable thing to be able to breathe and to be able to see all the shit that you have and know that things are where they are just when you open your eyes. That's a comfortable thing. So the same thing is when you close your eyes and you go up into yourself. It's good to be comfortable in that, to have some type of domain within yourself inside. You don't have to fear certain things, because even though I can say you can be afraid of a nightmare, life itself is but a dream. So when we're not in the space of all possibilities, not actually believing in God for real, not saying from y'all terms, that's how y'all was, I don't even want to say it like that, so let me switch that up, but not being able to believe in all possibilities, which y'all call God, then you would always be in that space of being afraid, and because your inner space wouldn't have no type of, you wouldn't be cognitive of anything. It's like you're not even connecting to, hey, I remember when I was young, I used to say, people only use like 3% of their brain or some shit. But I understand what that actually means now. You're not cognitive to all of your factions. You're not even aware of all of the, I ain't gonna say you're, because this is the card that came out, and it came out in the upright, and I almost got it. That was crazy how it came out too, because it didn't come out. I was putting the deck up, and that was the last card that was still in the box that I didn't even know of. Anyway, let me keep reading. Those who, hold on, let me see. Where am I at? Points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Right, you've looked at all of those drawers, you pulled out all of the cabinets, you done got rid of all the roaches, you done sprayed, cleansed all the rooms, you done took all the hangers. Yeah, you did all that. Got all the dust out of each corner, all the spider, like you done did. Look, because I don't know why I keep elaborating. I ain't trying to over exaggerate it, but I'm just saying. So when it comes to the inward world, this is the only way that you can have some type of awareness of what I'm talking about, so it can be confirmed within you, because you already know that shit, but you might process it differently than what I'm speaking of it as. And that's again how scriptures and shit be getting misinterpreted, because a person ain't necessarily talking about that shit literally, and it is literal. Hey, but at the same time, you got to be able to see both of these worlds at the same time, so that you can make it make sense and it won't go too far. But it be used as much with all the benefit of it be used, and its mission was accomplished as far as the awareness thereof, whatever it is that you're, whatever. Anyways, so where am I at? Okay. Where am I at? Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, like involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Really, for real, it's just those who are drawn to the Gnosis energy are just, humans that are continuing to evolve and change. Everybody's not on that journey. Everybody's not on the evolutionary journey. Some people are on the de-evolving journey. Some people think they're just, I don't know, maybe there's some people that's just in the equilibrium space and they're just la la la. I don't know if this world supports that type of life, but maybe it is. But that's all the Gnosis is you just being a spirit that is, because the spirit is always wandering and shit, and it's always in motion and in movement. But this spirit knows where it's going because it has some type of wisdom. Because not to say that you've already been there, we're not in a cycle of repetition either. It's just that based on the experience, or based on the you cleaning and being able to see yourself, you know how to maneuver in all possibility spaces. Because a space of all possibilities is quite frightening. That's why the Bible says people fear God. That's what it's fearing, the unknown, which you can be aware of the unknown to a certain degree. You can't really, because just by you knowing that there is things, just by you knowing and fully accepting that there are things that you won't be able to know necessarily specifically in detail, is you creating a awareness of the unknown in itself. So, this is a spirit, this is a energetic pattern of a spirit who kind of moving as it should, the best way it could, because you know it's all good type shit. Yeah. What up, whoever that is? What up, Sweatzel? Okay. So where was I at? Those who are drawn to the gnosis find themselves in this. Okay, blah blah blah. No matter how far the alchemist takes their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion. Why I say no matter how far the alchemist takes their studies? Because in order to even much be in a space of being able to alchemize anything with awareness, you would have to still come to a certain space of, what it say? No matter how far the alchemist takes their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery. What? Hold on. That facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. Oh, okay, that's like the truth turning into the lie, and the lie turning into the truth. Yeah, but it not becoming distorted, and a person not knowing the difference thereof, though, and the lie being accepted and understood. And when it's time for the lie to be a truth, we understand how to transform and understand the new truth of the matter. Even though it used to be like that, but having some type of comprehension and understanding, hey, it's all good. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Because we're not trying to stay in no loop. We're not trying to stay in we're not staying in the loop. Something how they used to have the diagram of the solar system on a 2D surface, and it just was an orbit. But now they try to change it up like it's a spiral. That's just allegories to like the truth changing somewhat type shit, and the allegory to how life is, how we're actually moving the spirits to some degree. But it ain't, never mind, I'm not trying to get scientific because I'm not even talking about that. But anyway, this card signifies a no, hold on, wait a minute. Towards mystery, and soon the mystery results. Okay, this card signifies a knowing that is life changing. Yeah, because once you know something, the shadow, one of the biggest shadows, is removed. This shadow came from the all possibility space, and that's fear itself. A level of fear can be removed once you know, what to say, once you know something, when you have this knowing that and that changes your life. Because once your mind changes, shit around you will eventually change, if that is something that's kept up with. And once you shift your mind into a sensible mind, you have no choice. You have all the reason in the world to maintain whatever you're doing to keep you on the track, because it's more sensible and it's more comfortable. And that goes back to the inner space being understood and being able to be, because the spirit is always in motion, you being able to swim within yourself and without fear. And not only within yourself, jump and take big broad leaps in actual life, because you do that. You have anyway, it said what it said. Y'all get it. Hold up. The eternal mystery is calling you. Wait a minute, I think I skipped something. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of gnosis. I low-key still be feeling like the cards and shit, and of course, because this is for entertainment purposes, but it still be over-exaggerating shit. Because and maybe it's not necessarily an over-exaggerating to some people, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a human, a spirit in a body. I'm not necessarily a human, but I'm a spirit in this reality. And I know when I have come to these gnosis points for the first times, and every day whenever I do, even up to this point, it is like oh wow, this is like a beautiful thing. Even in that moment, my life has changed for forever, just based off of that clarity. But the way it's trying to explain it is like, oh, you'll never be the same. And people who are fake spiritual or looking for something to be a part of, they be looking for the elaborate portions of what was displayed to them, and not knowing that they're experiencing the experience right then, but they're not able to appreciate them. But anyway, that keeps them not being able to see, which is going to keep you in fear at the end of the day when you fall all the way down. Oh, I haven't even finished reading it. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of gnosis. See what I'm talking about? Like, at the end of the day, we're not reading the Bible, and we're not finna take it like we're reading the Bible. It's not even saying it like it's a fairy tale, because I'm telling you that it ain't got to take it that deep. Guardian of Gnosis is you just being your individual full self and understanding your world and your atmosphere and your energies and your universe. What's like, that ain't nothing that's like some big broad ass like whoop de doo. It is in this world, but it shouldn't be, because the trees don't get celebrated for supplying us oxygen and still being able to regrow itself after hurricanes and shit. I mean, that's what it's supposed to fucking do. So whatever. When light, and this was in the light, is contemplating the mystery. Okay, it's contemplating the mystery. Unanswerable questions. What? That ain't what I got from it. I mean, I did, but I ain't really got that from that. Okay. This is when it's in the dark. Over intellectualizing and literalizing, asking others. Right. When it's in the dark, it's like you taking things, like I just said, it ain't that deep. But yeah, I get it though. What up, y'all? I'm finna dip. Let y'all want me, I don't know. I wish I had added. Let me act professional. My bad. Should we pull some more cards, guys? Let's see. If I pull some more cards, which ones? Oh, did I bring another? Yes, I got my Bible deck, though. I was having fun reading the deck to myself in reverse. Every card coming out in the reverse, because people live backwards. So I was having fun with that. So let's do that. Let me put these cards up, because we're practicing what we preach, maintaining order, as above, so below. Okay, put that over there. Okay, Bible deck. Somebody in the chat asked me the other day, did I have a Bible deck? No, he asked me, did I have a Bible? Somehow, where the Bible? And I ain't have my deck on me. I wish I had my deck, but I got it now. I got it now, and we're finna read from a different perspective. It ain't even a different perspective. It's just, yeah, it's a different perspective, but it's like still not a different perspective, because whatever perspective you read it in, it can mean anything at any moment. That's why they say the Bible is alive. That's just the synchronicities of life, though. That's all that is. The living word. Are all of the cards in the reverse? Let's double check, make sure everything is... Let me stop. Because it's not that the Bible in itself is a bad thing. I don't think that. I mean, I don't think it's a good thing either. It don't matter to me. But I guess I'm just playing into the energies. All right. Okay, come on, let's just pull one. I'm gonna put it upside down. Okay. The joy of the Lord is your strength. What does that mean? Bible study real quick. The joy, we know what joy is. That's enjoying something and being happy about it. Of the Lord. Who is the Lord, though? We know that you're not God, but just as in astrology, when you have planets and certain, and I don't want to take it to that, but Lord, these are just words that are describing aspects of yourself. So you are the Lord of your environment. You're the one who is, I'm the vessel, I'm the spirit that's speaking out of this vessel. I'm the one moving my tongue. So that is the Lord. And the joy of yourself, you having joy within yourself, is also strength. That's just saying that joy is strength. Okay, that's Nehemiah 8 and 10. Nehemiah. Now, what you think of when you hear Nehemiah? I don't know. But 8, we know that that's the space of all possibilities. Okay? And 10, that's endings and beginnings. You being able to be in that type of loop. Not no recycling. You being able to loop into the space of all possibilities. And at that point, it's just a spiral. It ain't even no loop no more, because it ain't going in the same space. It's creating space as it goes. But if you read it in the reverse, you won't get none of that, what I just said. Okay? So I should have started out. I should have started out with this shit. This is my jam. Okay, so now, this is Romans. I know just off default, Romans to me feels like some structure. I know they had the Roman Empire, so it's like some government shit. 10 10 is beginnings and endings, so maybe this is talking about the beginning or the ending of some type of structure. But we got the one, the individual, because the individual also went into the space of all possibilities in the 10. So it's like the beginning too. But anyway, the one going into the 7, that's the brand new situation that had not been experienced, that Piscean, delusional, unclear type of energy. So the faith, and then we talking about faith. What is faith? Faith is something that you have to only can have faith in something that you don't know. You just hoping about it. So you have faith. The faith comes from hearing. Hearing is something that you can't see. So you got to have faith. So if we're talking about hearing something through the sound waves and hearing through the word of Christ, hearing through the word of Christ, you hearing through that individual that has his own perspective. You having faith that this individual is unique. You can see you can tell a unique spirit when you see one. So that's you having faith in that person, because you can't have faith in something. You can't believe in somebody else, because you can only be inside of yourself. So if you're believing in somebody else, you're not even that don't even work like that. So you can only have faith in somebody else that they are exuding who they are supposed to be exuding, and you can trust that person based off of that. But and then as far as it being in Romans, they're probably trying to point you to trusting in whatever they said. It ain't gonna go that far. I'm not going that far. I'm talking about some practical shit at the moment, okay? But if you know, you know though. If you know, then you know. So if you don't know, I don't even need to be going that deep anyway. Baby feed. Hold on, do I got some water? I do. Yes, I do. Okay. All right, so what's the prayer of the day, Lord? I ain't gonna read that one. We don't want nothing like that was inside out. What is the prayer of today? P-R-E-Y, because that's why I read them in the reverse, in a more inverted perspective, because in order to flip the script and transmute pray, we got to understand how. In order to transmute something, you got to know how to do it. And if you can invert it, you can see it from the inside, from the outside, what it look like from this perspective. So we're inverting this so that we have the ability in the space to be the hunter and prey. Because the hunter space is kind of big, because it demands that. And I ain't gonna say it demands, but it's hunting on what it desires. Let me just read this first, because I don't want to go off into a tangent, because I could. The joy of, we already read that. So again, believe in yourself. The joy of yourself is your strength. We already had that one come out. Let me just pull one. Okay. This is Luke 1. And going into the environment that's going to be brand new for them. For nothing will be impossible to God. So what is nothing? Nothing will be impossible with God. What is God? God is a space of all possibilities. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, I don't get it. I'm not downing it or anything. I'm just saying it'd be so simple. It's kind of rudimentary. So how could you get lost into that if you actually read it? Because if you actually read the Bible and practice what you preach, it wouldn't even be, you'll have, like, it wouldn't even be done anyway. So this is in reverse again. Ephesians, they feel like Ethiopian type shit. But 2 is being relatable and being aware of there's something else besides you. And that going into the 8, which is the all possibility space. Okay, so God saved you. That makes sense, because you thinking that other thing that you're supposed to be aware of, automatically thinking it's supposed to be something external that's supposed to save you. But really, it's talking about you being aware of your space for real, and that being how you can create all possibilities with the 8. God saved you by his grace when you believe. God is all possibilities. You being able to believe that anything is possible is what gives you the grace. Because when you can believe that anything is possible, you can also think, oh, things will be fine. So that gives you grace in itself. And you being aware of other ideas will give you the space of all possibilities, and you not having to be afraid of that. Because like I said, that space of all possibilities, God, as they claim in the Bible, that is a fearful space, especially if you don't have faith in what it is that is possible. You don't even know what's possible because you don't believe in God. You don't believe God. Let me say it like that. And that's for people who read this who don't understand what I'm talking about unless I just say it like that. This is at the bottom of the deck. How long have I been on? Okay, almost an hour. I have fought the good fight. Okay, first of all, this is 2 Timothy 4 and 7. 2, again, what is 2? 2 is you being aware of something else, whether it's a person, another idea, whether it's just you understanding something that's other than what you already understood, whether it's outside of yourself or you externalize it with yourself. Timothy, that feels like a neighborhood little boy. So it's like a 2-year-old little boy. I'm talking about the energy, not depicting the actual. I'm just speaking on the energy as if I've never read the Bible before. This is my first time. It's not, but as if it was. You have to have an unbiased mind to be able to know how to cherry pick and know what to look at for as important and know what to throw away as not, especially when things have been distorted and other thoughts are told to you that is important. If you read it from an unbiased perspective of not hearing none of that, you could be able to kind of see what the point actually was. But let me go ahead. So Timothy 4 and 7, that's structure. And structure, because 4 is the thoughts, you being able to have thoughts about the external world, because after 3 is the environment. You being able to have thoughts of that and maybe even creating a structure or something or a tool. And that going into the 7, which will be creating a whole new situation. 7 is a masculine energy. That's the expression there of something. And that's so if you know anything about numerology, you understand what I'm saying. So I have fought the good fight. So this is, okay, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I have kept the faith. What the fuck? I mean, that's just an affirmation. And to me, that's even a flunked out ass affirmation, because for you to feel like you ain't, I don't see where it say you won the fight. I have fought the good fight. It's like, yeah, I fought and I barely, I'm alive though. That type energy. That's what I'm transmuting though. I have finished the race. It ain't no race, bitch. I'm sorry. It ain't a race because it never ends, and that's a beautiful thing. Some people want it to be a race because you want the shit to be over, because you're not able to live the way you're supposed to be living, and you won't even have a lot of these structures in your mind to think that there's a heaven or hell if you only knew that even a tree dies, but it don't have no awareness of how you look at death, like it's a bad thing. You don't think about it's going to heaven or hell. It don't even, no thought of that. So as humans, or as spirits and bodies who are in the 2024 Aquarius energies and season, like I'm talking about age rather, we're needing to have more awareness, and at the same time maintain that rudimentary understanding as well though. Because like I said, Timothy feels like a naive little neighborhood kid that gets his ass slapped by the puppy, by the weakest nigga on the block, just because you fought your good fight, but you lost, because that's how you look at it. Anyway, I have kept the faith. Faith again is something that you can't see. So he kept the faith because he know he didn't win the fight. Because the only time that you don't have to have faith is when it's something that you know, because you've experienced it, you did it, you saw it. He had to keep the faith because he lost the fucking, he finished the race, but he lost that bitch, okay? Like, we got to make sure that we understand that just because it's a book that your mama told you about or something, you still should be able to look at it as just like it's any other scripture or whatever book or anything, because it is. It's just words from another individual, and the individual being someone that's so-called 2,000 years prior to this time. How come it's like, where's the significance that I don't see it? I mean, I see you can make anything significant, but I'm talking about when it comes to your soul though. That makes sense. Okay. Therefore, let's see, this is Mark. We know Mark is like the beginning point. On your mark, get set, go. We're not going to talk about the mark. We ain't going to talk about that. But it reminds me of Aries energy, because we ain't going to go there. So, we got the 1 and the 1. That's, it ain't got to necessarily be looked at as 11. It could just be looked at as individual and another individual. An individual space, another individual space. Or 2 individual spaces that's working in union type shit, but we ain't going that deep. It could be that, because I'm just deciphering the numbers right now. And the 2, that's being relating to something and having a relating to the thought. So it feels like some type of harmonious energy. So that being a good start. Let's see what the scripture actually says. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it. And right. So anything that you bring to your, again, when you go inside of yourself, that's the starting point. On your mark, get set, let's start. You go inside of yourself. When you go inside of yourself, one, you find yourself, one. And then you bring that together and you begin to have thoughts about what you say that you are. That's how you PREY. And that's why that felt so harmonious before I even read the scripture. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for me, and not prayer, but prayer, PREY, believe, because you can believe things that you have, you can believe things you have faith in. And that's the only time to have faith in something for real, when it's something that you can't know, like all possibilities, something that hasn't happened yet. Believe that you have received it, if that's what you want, and it will be yours. That is how you pray. That's my son. When he was about 2 years old. Okay, let me see. I've been on here an hour. Okay, I have to go though after this. I think we read this one. Romans, about hearing through the word of God. Psalms, okay? Psalms is another energy. It gives me 7 energy. It gives me Pisces energy. Just look at it. It don't even, look how it's spelled. The spelling of Psalms don't even really make motherfucking sense. So it's like delusion off the top. But I ain't gonna say in the bad way. It could be the imagined, because we transform and transmute, alchemize whatever we want, however we want. So it's not to say that this delusional energy has to be looked at like that. It could be looked at something that's creative. That Psalm 7 energy could look at, that's why it's full of songs. They related to songs, beautiful songs and shit. But anyway, Psalms though, because it's full of affirmations that a person can get lost in, really. That's what I came to the conclusion of Psalms, because it's in a person's heart. So we trying to read what a person wrote from their heart 2,000 years ago and take it literal today. I believe that's part of the starting point in the Bible where people fucking got lost. And remind you, it's a 7 energy to me. I don't know what it is anyway, but 331, that's the environment and the individual. And okay, so 2, that's relating, and 4, relating with the thoughts. So it don't feel fucked up. Let's see. Be strong. Okay, the environment, and okay, be strong. And I want to break down the numbers first. Hold on. 3 is the environment, the individual. So the environment in this aspect came first though, but we know 3 and 1 is 4. So that's like the thoughts, that's like the structure and things. So that's like the environment, the creatures out of the environment. Okay. And then it having some type of relatability to something else, and it creating, so it's like, yeah, it's like some La La Land shit. It's like things that's manifesting and coming into fruition just based off of default. Okay, so be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. So if you know that, because see what I just broke down about the continuation of things, the cycles that happen off of default like they do in nature, and nobody's worried about something fucking up, because even if they do have a natural forest fire, that was for a reason. So it's like you being strong in the heart and knowing these things for yourself will give you hope in yourself. And I want to transmute that word hope though, because again, hope to me is like you're hoping and praying. We're transmuting that energy though, and having knowing in yourself, because you know one thing, life continues. The sun comes up again tomorrow. Cycles repeat themselves, and you the one that can change them. And that's how you create all possibilities, space and opportunities and shit. Okay, let me stop cursing. Let me see. Okay, I'm cool. I'm gonna go to 110. Pull this one. You go another. Oh, this is the same one. I probably already pulled all of them. Let me see. I pulled that one. I don't want to look at them when I pull them. I want them to come out on their own. It just came out in the reverse. Okay. Psalms again. La La Land. Be still. First of all, Psalms 46. That's the thoughts and what you have as far as the opportunities of creations that you got, and you having tools around you. You having some type of structure and finding balance in that with the 6, and it going into the 1, which is, that's an individual space. Okay, so that's like losing shit. Okay, let me just read this, because Be still and know that I'm God. Okay, makes sense. Because that's what this scripture be used for. When people go through shit and they don't know what the hell going on. Because again, let me break down the numbers again. 4, that's your structure. And it being all balanced and harmonious with the 6. Then all of a sudden, here come 1. I'm sorry, that's how I read the shit. Here come 1, the individual again, falling into something, the 0, which is a womb, another space, something that they're not aware of, the space that they can be in fear of, or just having some type of tower fall. This scripture is used for those people in those types of times. Be still and know that I am God. So be still, because you're still in the space of opportunity. You're still in the space of all possibilities and in the space of God, whether you know of God or not. Because most people who are religious don't even truly know God at all. not say truly. They don't know God at all. If anything, they're the opposite of what God is. So be still and know that I am God. And they are then at that point subjected to whatever God, what they don't know, the unknowing, that fear has for their ass. And we transmuting that. Because again, Psalms, that delusional Pisces type shit, you don't get lost in another person's heart. You don't know what this person was going through. So based on you reading it during the time of you going through whatever you're going through, it's not for you to hold on to whatever the sentiment is that you held on to it for the first time. A person that just take the Bible, let me not go too, let me say it. A person that read the Bible, if they actually read it, they still are indoctrinated. They're taking the wrong vibe from it, even if it because people like that can't see synchronicities, because the Bible still is gonna, that's why it's in the Bible that the Bible is alive, because it speaks in synchronicities. You can read something one day and see it this way, and the next day see it another way. A person that's indoctrinated, they won't pay attention to that, because that's a space of all possibility. That'll frighten the Christian. I'll tell you, they are afraid. That will frighten a Christian. So they can read this holy book, because it can be holy based off all the energy that has accumulated. It is holy, and it has a lot of power, but on them. I used to always say, even when I was lost, a person can't do witchcraft on me if I don't know about it, and if I don't believe it. That's, now that I understand a little bit more of life, I know that has always been true. So based off of them not knowing God, they're not privy of the good cycles that can come their way, because it ain't about something external to you. It's about you being able to pull your own strings and warp your own reality based off of how you react to whatever's around you, because every reaction has an effect. I mean, every action has an effect, every cause has an effect, whatever the fuck. But we know that it don't have to be something else. Anyway, y'all, I get tired of talking about that shit, because it's like, god damn. Anyway, I'm finna dip, you guys. I think it's 1:11. I'm finna go. I already read that. I fuck with y'all. Okay? Peace out. Bye.